Truly, so many ordinary heroes that have emerged from this war. We've been telling you here on India Today exactly what Russia's strategy has been in capturing Ukraine. And the focus all along has been on the capital city of Kyiv. Through the night as well, we've been getting in multiple reports of shelling, of huge explosions, of a missile attack also this time around in the capital city of Kyiv. In our next report, we tell you what's really happening in the capital. Is Russia close to now capturing the heart and soul of Ukraine?
A TV tower razed in a heart-stopping aerial strike. Rescue workers rummaging through piles of mangled buildings, hoping against hope to find survivors. Once bustling neighborhoods devastated and burning for hours together after Russian troops rained fire from the sky. Amid the deaths, destruction and rubble, India Today remains the last channel still reporting from Kyiv, which is now a ghost city. Deep inside the devastating war zone, India Today's Gaurav Sawant spoke to civilian soldiers readying a last stand to resist invading Russians.
We are at a picket at a checkpoint, and multiple such checkpoints have been set up to defend Kyiv from the imminent Russian invasion. And with me are members of this checkpoint defense team. What they have in their hands, and look very closely, these are Molotov cocktails or petrol bombs being made right here. They're being made by the women and used by the men here. Just with Molotov cocktails, how will you defend your neighborhood? How will you defend Kyiv?
Нам не страшно, мы не боимся. Мы их передушим при помощи коктейлей Молотова.
They are not afraid. They are not afraid for Russians. They are not afraid. Even without weapons, without petrol bombs, they are ready for war. So they don't have any problem. Even they don't have any bomb or any weapon.
A round of the city catches the images of ruin all around.
You know, as we drive through the city, we are just trying to show you virtually every corner of Kyiv today, because this is what the world is fearing, that there would be an attack on this city, and that attack could happen anytime now. Ambulances on standby, hospitals on standby. Preeti, I also went to the church here, and the church is now chipping in, giving food and shelter to refugees. The church is also, Preeti, preparing hospital beds. Church is preparing to look after people who may be injured in combat. Whether civilians or soldiers, we do not know. The hope that at least a religious institution, the 10th century church, will not be targeted either in artillery, grad, rocket or even missile fire.
The city is witnessing unending blaring air raid sirens, followed by deafening roars of air attacks. Hit by one barrage of missiles and rockets after another.
Some damage that has been suffered by the Russian side.
Can you hear the firing? Can you hear the firing right now?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Shots, can you see? They're very close. They're in the center, city center of Kyiv right now. It's in very close. They're just about a kilometer away, right in the city center of Kyiv right now. Okay, please continue.
Air raid siren, Rajesh?
No, it was firing. It was firing.
Russia struck the TV tower in Kyiv on Tuesday that killed 5 people and wounded 5 more. TV channels across the country stopped broadcasting after the attack, aimed at crippling Ukraine's broadcast network. Earlier, Russia had issued a warning that it would strike Kyiv's security service headquarters with high-precision weapons. Residents living close by were asked to flee immediately. How long can the Ukrainian capital and its small band of soldiers and residents resist the unsparing Russian onslaught? With Gaurav Sawant and Rajesh Pawar, the only reporters still on the ground in besieged Kyiv. Bureau Report, India Today.
We're going to constantly keep our focus on what's playing out on the ground in Ukraine, getting you those in-depth ground updates and ground reports as well. Now, what we're witnessing in Kyiv, even as many Ukrainians have taken a stand not to move out, to stand and fight, is at an Orthodox church where people gathered in large numbers to pray for peace. There were men there in uniform, as Gaurav Sawant witnessed, standing there offering their prayers at an Orthodox church, and all of them praying for one thing, for peace. And many of the priests and bishops in the church have also spoken out, saying that civilians must not be harmed, civilians must not be targeted, to spare religious places of worship. Listen to the conversation that Gaurav had with the priest and bishop of this particular church, where they said that if there is a need for them to step in and help civilians, they will most definitely do that.
Bishop Sylvester, is there a lot of fear now in Kiev? Are people taking refuge in this church?
Много ли людей, которые боятся и укрываются в храмах?
Да, много людей, которые остались в Киеве, они приходят укрываться в храмах.
They come to find a place and to be safe in churches.
И это не только по городу Киеву, но и по всем городам, где происходит атака.
And it's not only in Kyiv, but in all cities where Russian soldiers and army attacks.
И где есть наши храмы.
And in every place where we have our churches, we receive and accept people.
Есть распоряжение нашего предстоятеля, блаженнейшего митрополита Ануфрия.
There is a blessing of our metropolitan, His Beatitude Metropolitan Anufri,
О том, чтобы все храмы нашей церкви были оборудованы как бомбоубежище.
To organize our churches as shelter against bombing.
А также, чтобы людям оказывали там помощь социальную, психологическую, духовную и, конечно же, раздавали продукты.
And to help people physically, psychologically, and to give some food and products for people in need.